Hi guys, and welcome to another Elementor video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got another little eye-catching effect for you today. It's this scanner type animation. Really eye-catching, very easy to do. We've got to do a bit of coding for this today, but don't let that put you off. Very similar to one we did in our last video, which was a circle. And the code we're using today is from the same guy. And we're going to use this code pen here. I'll put the link below, obviously. And it's from Lou again. So let's get started. I've got this page open in Elementor here. I'm going to go in and I'm simply going to delete this little section that we built here. And we'll start from scratch. I'm going to add a new section. In that section, I'm going to use a code module, and this will work just as well with the Pro version as it will with the free version. They've both got this HTML module that I'm going to use right here. Here it is down the bottom. Left click, drag it over, drop it in place. Now let's go and get some code from CodePen. So we've got a bit of HTML here. I'm simply going to click inside it and hit Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and we'll pop it in our little code module. Just paste that in there. And there's the little buttons based on a design by. We don't need that little bit. If we scroll down a little bit, that text is right at the bottom here. And it's wrapped in a couple of P tags just above our main there. So if we select the opening P tag all the way down and including the closing P tag, we can just select that and hit the delete button. We're just left with our little dots there, which is what we want. Great. Well, they don't look very good. Let's just close this gap. The reason they don't look very good is we haven't given them any styling, which is the CSS, which is the next part. So to add CSS to this module, we need to wrap the CSS in what they call style tags. So I'm going to drop down a couple. I'm going to hit the left pointy bracket, the word style, S-T-Y-L-E, the right pointy bracket. When I hit that, it'll put a closing bracket in there. Only difference is that's got a / in front of the word style. So I'm going to hit return, put a bit of space between them, and we can paste our code in between the opening and closing tag there. So let's go back here. Now some of this we're not going to need, but I'm going to go ahead and grab it all. They've kindly marked it as elements here. We're not going to need any of these elements. Do need that because it says Chrome needs it. Don't need the P or the A tags because we're not using a link or a P, and I don't want to affect any other P or A tags on my site. So I'm going to grab the whole thing again, left click, Control A, select all, Control C to copy, back to the site, and we'll paste this in between our style tags there. And there it is. It's kind of working, and the reason it's kind of looking a bit strange there is because we've got those elements in there for his page in the background. So if we roll down a bit to where we put our style in here, where it says elements right there, and a lot of it's in red, we can delete all of that apart from this little main SVG there, and it says that's very important to make it work with Chrome. We'll try getting rid of it. So I'm going to select all of this from the opening / above elements there. Going to go down all the way and stop just above / for classes. Now I'm going to delete this and see what happens. Well, I'm using Chrome and that looks fine. So that's absolutely fine. I think that was for displaying the body right there. Great. Well, it's kind of looking how we want it, but I'd rather have a nice background on it so it kind of shows it off. So let's put a background into the section that it's sitting in. So just hover over. There's the section. I'm going to go over to style. I'm going to go down to background. I'm going to hit the little paintbrush. And I'm just going to add an image right here. And I'll use the same one as I used before, the little stars there. And you can select how you want it to be displayed, sort of center if you want, or cover, attachment. I'm going to make mine fixed, so it's almost like, some people call that parallax, but it's actually fixed position back where the background moves at a different rate from the foreground. Well, the background there is not actually moving at all, so some people argue it's not really parallax, but I kind of like that effect either way. And that looks a lot more striking with that background going on. Great. Well, let's go back to our module. If you wanted to change the color of the dots that we've got here, that's very easy too. If we roll on down to our CSS, where we open our style tags down here, there's our opening style tag. If we roll down a bit, we've got colors here. They've got theirs as HSLs. You can put in hex colors or web colors. We can put in whatever color you want. So for the static dot color, this is, let's say, purple. And as you can see, let's change that to purple. Moving dot color, probably make these the same. Let's say pink. And the glow itself, let's make that pink as well. So it's right there if you want to change the colors of those dots to whatever color you prefer. That's okay. I actually preferred the blue that they had there, but if you want to change the color, put your own colors in, that's where you do it. So I'm going to Control Z, put that back how it was. There we go. And I think we're good to go. So let's update. And just to make sure we're looking at a fresh copy, I'm going to kill that page there and we'll open it up again by hitting the little eyeball. There's the page. Roll on down. And there's our little animated effect there. And that's going to get people's attention. If you wanted to make this thing link to somewhere, it'd be really easy to do, and I'll quickly show you how to do that for anybody that wants to do that. This way it's just a nice little display item. If you wanted to have it so people can click on it, let's just add an anchor tag to the code there. So we're in our little HTML module. I'm going to go right up to the top where our main is here, and I'll try and zoom in when I render the video. I'll drop down. We're going to add what they call an anchor tag or a link. So it's left pointy bracket and A for an anchor tag. Then we need to tell it where we want it to go, so with space, and that's at href, H-R-E-F, no space and equals. Going to open two lots of inverted commas. In between we can paste whatever URL we want to take our visitors to, and I'm going to close it out with a right pointy on the right hand side, and as soon as I do that it'll put the closing tag in there. Now the closing tag itself wants to be on the bottom of our HTML or just after our closing main bracket, so we're actually wrapping the whole of that main element right here anywhere around this area in this anchor tag. So I've selected that. I'm going to hit Control X to cut. Just going to roll down to the end of our HTML, which is just before our style tags. There we go. There's a closing main tag there. So just after it, I'm going to paste that closing anchor tag, or you can rewrite it if you prefer. Control V to paste. There it is. So we've got that in there, but where do we want to take them? Well, I've got a page open here. Let's take them to here. And seeing as this is off the site, I've just copied that link. We're going to want to open it in a new window, because I can paste this in between the two little inverted commas there. Make sure you don't lop any of them off in between them. Right there. And now, as you can see, it's got the hand icon. When they click on this, it'll take them straight to this page, but it's going to close our site and open it in the same tab. To prevent that happening, just pop your mouse to the other side of the inverted commas there, and we're going to say target, T-A-R-G-E-T, no space, equals, and again two lots of inverted commas. In between we're going to write underscore and the word blank. That way when they click on it, it'll open in a brand new tab and keep our site open, which is what we want. So let's save this again, or update. Now we go back to the page. It's updated. Roll on down. When I hover over, we should have our little hand element. There it is right there. When I click on it, it should open the code pen in a new tab. And there we have it. Really easy to do. So there you go, guys. There's a great little animated effect for your site, very eye-catching, and there's how to add a link to it as well if you want to make it interactive. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.